had my son, you know, it was about a month after, we can watch anything concerning a child. We were watching Finding Nemo, which is a fish, okay, a cartoon fish. And I was in the first like 15 minutes just sobbing, going, oh my God, I hope he finds his dad. And my husband was like, should we turn this off? This is really awkward. And I was like, oh.
Never watch again.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a career step for you. I mean, you were the ingenue, and you know everybody constantly talking about your hair on television.
They still do.
They still do. You still
The
hear about
hair.
it. Did you see Keri that way going into this? Was that?
I suppose in a funny way, I'd seen The Upside of Anger, and I'd seen these other movies. What else did I see? Obviously, I think most of them that were out anyway before ours. And you know, I knew that for Lila's character, we needed like a grace and a poise and an elegance, because she comes from that classical world, you know, but we were also, I mean, we talked about it a lot, we were also really wanted her to have a steel spine and to kind of get her fingernails dirty and to get angry and to, you know, not just gaze out windows all day being female.
She is a bit of a Sheridan, really.
Maybe a little. But, you know, when we were writing those scenes, like I had my daughter, whose name is Layla.
Yeah.
So I was reading the Lila scenes, and you know, she's going on this quest for a kid, and she's like screaming at people, and people are in her way, and it's just like a kind of singular focus that's kind of scary. So then when I met Keri, I was like, yeah, she's scary. Scary. She doesn't seem like it, but she's. You know.
Well, how did you get into the script? I mean, watching this movie, it's kind of, it's Oliver Twist, but then you added the twist. That's you know, having a happy ending, having a happy couple attached to it. Yeah. How did you navigate into that? What was the idea?
The idea for the movie from the get-go, you mean? Well, actually, it's funny because the idea, the kernel of the original idea was from the producer, Richard Lewis, and it was when his son was born 9 years ago, and he was the baby was being carried back to Richard and his wife, and his hand came out of the blanket and started to move to the music in the birthing room, and the doctor kind of joked and said, "Look, your son's conducting," and you know.
Which of course is ironically right out of Disco Pigs, which is the first picture.
Exactly.
It's like a shot almost exactly from the movie.
So Richard saw Disco Pigs and then the same image, and he just kind of thought that they fit, you know. So it's very odd, I guess, in a way that the emotional basis of the movie comes from the producer, and it's great because then it kind of means that the art and the business have a chance of connecting and you know, working together.
But then you bring an edge to it in that she is tough, and they are separate. Well, it's the funny thing is that it's sweeter than Oliver Twist, obviously, but then it's also
tougher in some ways.
Tougher and happier, and it's all those things.
Yeah, well, the contrast is really what we knew. We really needed to ground the performances in like an emotional reality and a rawness, because otherwise it's just magic on top of magic on top of magic, and you know, and I just don't think people will believe it or empathize with it at all, because it's like, you know, that much magic is unreal, you know. So we wanted it to feel earned, especially the ending, you know.